Soondae is a Korean sausage, and the southwestern part of Seoul has a lot of legendary Soondae restaurants. There's even a Soondae town here and a Soondae alley here. Why is it so? This is the original Seoul. You can still see the stone walls surrounding the old capital like this, even from far away. But the city has grown big. When it was growing, the government wanted people living here to move over here to the south of the river. Why? Because they worried North Korea would attack from this direction, just like they did before. But how could they move so many people who are quite content living in the heart of the capital? You know, Koreans need a Korean solution. They simply moved the best high schools down here. The result? This part exploded and became the Gangnam that we know today. Gangnam means river south, by the way. And while Gangnam was exploding, this part next to it attracted many workers and students. Also, the main road between the airport and Gangnam was right here, so a lot of taxis passed through here. Naturally, there was a high demand for cheap, fast, and filling protein. And that was exactly what the soup could offer. This neighborhood is certainly not fancy or tourist friendly, but it offers affordable housing, so it's like a launchpad for Seoul life for many students and young professionals. And it's filled with many legendary eats too, as we will see today. So today, we'll find out what Koreans have been secretly enjoying in this unassuming but livable neighborhood. Let's take a walk. This pink seat is reserved for pregnant women. With its low birth rate, Korea is very serious about making life easier for pregnant women. The Korean sausage is not exactly the same as European sausages. The idea is similar. You stuff the filling inside the casing. But the fillings are different and they differ even in Korea depending on the region and tradition. Some are filled with sticky rice or veggies. This is the most common kind of sundae. The filling is glass noodles made from sweet potatoes and the casing is a pork intestine. With its bouncy texture, it's very popular among schoolgirls. In fact, sundae is considered the best friend of tteokbokki. It's not working. I think they are fixing this. Yeah. Here's a map. I've been to many Soondae Soup restaurants in this neighborhood, but this is my first time at this one. And we are here. We will have lunch somewhere over here and walk down this way. After the market, we will walk along this road and go down this way. So first, I'm taking the bus. Use exit 7, then find 5524. There's a hill ahead. This is not the most affluent neighborhood, at least for now. In fact, until about 30 years ago, it was a working class area. And proof of their hard work is that this hill produced several world boxing champions. So whenever I come here, I feel small. I avoid making eye contact here.
하차입니다.
There you go. That one. It says they are YouTube approved. I don't really know what that means. Probably covered by many YouTubers already. Soondae Guk. Soondae Man, 살로 Man. I'll go with the top one, the first one. And this one is heart, the heart muscles, lung, and liver. This should be lung. Sounds like a biology class, but it's actually a very popular local snack. So when you're doing this, there's this huge hole, huge neck hole. So you want to make a note like this so that the hole gets smaller and it can protect here. It's quite windy here. The soup here only has 3 pieces of sundae, but it has plenty of other pork cuts. This is also quite common. Many people like it because less sundae generally means more meat. Of course, you can choose the sundae only or meat only option. So guys, I like the food there, but I'm not really certain this is the food that you wanna come all the way over here to just try this. It wasn't something that you can't get elsewhere. It was very basic. It was rather something that you can expect from many Soondae Guk, Soondae Soup restaurants. This is quite a lovely alleyway. I didn't know there are this many sundae places here. This is not my first time in this market, but I've never noticed them. 여기만 왜 이렇게 손님이 많아요?
없는데요.
아 그래요?
줄 서야지 지금 시간.
아 그렇구나. That one must be quite popular one. So our bus stop was over there. This is the beltway, and there's a road. Ooh. This one's also quite good. That one's a legendary bakery.
먹으실 종이봉투 필요하세요?
괜찮습니다.
네.
감사합니다. Oh, they're doing the paint work. Wow, the sky. The Red Bean Bun was born in Japan around 150 years ago when Japan opened up and was busy learning from the West. Originally, Japan had Chinese steamed buns with sweet red bean inside. Then, someone decided to put that red bean paste inside Western-style baked bread. It's an interesting example of Japanese creativity mixing Chinese and Western cultures. And since this bread was introduced to Korea over 100 years ago, we now have our own unique versions, like this quite heavy red bean bun. If I were Gemini, and someone asks me what happiness means, I'll just draw this picture. This is a Korean sticky rice donut. China has a long history of jiantui, which spread to its neighbors, Japan, Vietnam, the Philippines, Indonesia, and of course, Korea. We do have Chinese-style sesame rice balls here. But somehow, the ones that took over Korea are the plain ones without sesame, either with a crisp surface or covered in sugar. And once you bite into it, it's not like the Chinese one. It has this more chewy, elastic texture that Koreans love. Koreans really dig that chewy texture, so when foreign food comes to Korea, it often gets more chewy. You can find them in every traditional market here. And every time I see them, I have a big fight inside my head. Should I buy one or by many. TPS Coffee. Oh, it's quite spacious. Okay, this one looks good. 저 주문 어디서 하나요? 아, 저쪽에서 하나요? 아, 네. 아, 제가 하겠습니다. 제가 해보겠습니다.
추가하실 상품을 선택해주세요. 감사합니다. 카드와 영수증을 챙겨가세요.
네. Here are my 3 takeaways from today's walk. First, there are actually more Soondae restaurants in this area than I thought. I didn't know there were this many. Second, next time, I'm bringing you guys to a restaurant that focuses more on Soondae than other pork cuts. Third, eating bread at a neighborhood park was a good idea. I was actually quite impressed with myself. Thank you for walking through Seoul with me today.